Valencia beat Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu for the first time in 17 seasons. Not since 2008, when Ronald Koeman was the Valencia manager and David Villa was scoring their goals, have Real Madrid been beaten by Valencia. And what a turnaround Valencia are experiencing under the management of Carlos Corberán. Coming into this game, they would have been 6th in the table. Taking into account only the results after Corberán's arrival on Christmas Eve of 2024. Good early chance for Real Madrid. Went just beyond Kylian Mbappé. He was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. This, of course, was a Valencia team missing several normal starters. There was no Luis Rioja, no José Gaya, and no Dimitri Fouquier, all suspended for this one. Mbappé running clear again, and going down under the challenge from César Tárrega. The yellow card came out, and there was then a little bit of confusion as to why exactly Mbappé was upset. It looked at first as if maybe the referee hadn't pointed to the spot, but Mbappé clearly wanted the César Tárrega, the offending defender, to be sent off and be given the red card. And the referee did check it pitch side. Now, whether he was checking his penalty decision or whether he was checking whether it should be a red or a yellow, he'd given the yellow, he'd given the penalty. And the penalty stood. And it wasn't Mbappé who stepped up to take it. Vinicius, and saved by Mamardashvili. Real Madrid have shared the penalties around this season. Vinicius takes some, Mbappé takes some, Bellingham takes some, and they've all missed a few as well. They've missed 5 penalties between them. So, still at 0-0. Vinicius looking for redemption, but that shot trickling into the arms of Mamardashvili. Down at the other end, what a moment for Mukhtar Diakabi. Just over a year after he suffered that horror knee injury, tearing every ligament in his knee, we feared that he might not be able to come back and play the game at a competitive level. That was against Real Madrid at Mestalla. An unfortunate collision with Chamonix, but he's back fit again, and that was his towering header that put Valencia in front. How would Real Madrid respond? Well, they almost were given away route back into the game by Diakabi, who thundered that one past his own goalkeeper, Mamardashvili. Fortunately for Diakabi, the goal didn't stand because Mbappé had been offside. So we were still at 1-0. I checked it pitch side just to see that Mbappé was sufficiently interfering with play. Yellow card came out for Carlo Ancelotti. But the offside stood, and Real Madrid was still 1-0 behind. Valencia playing with a back 5. Javi Guerra in midfield alongside Barrenechea. That was Javi Guerra's ball into left wing back Jesus Vázquez. Valverde slides this through to Bellingham. Mbappé with a shot just past the far post. Vinicius into Modric. Mbappé nicely into Brahim, and that's a brilliant save from Mamardashvili. Mamardashvili ending the game as man of the match. You'll not be surprised by that. And that stop, along with the penalty save in the first half, he was brilliant in the second period as well, as Valencia kept Madrid at bay. off the bar this time from Mbappe after Rudiger had headed down Modric's corner. It might have been offside. The flag had been raised. It might have needed to have it looked at by the video-assisted referee had it gone in, but it came back off the frame of the goal. Mukhtar Diakabi sending this one forward. Valverde into Bellingham. Bellingham driving forward, being chased by Barrenechea. In the end, the shot was wide. Mosquera, Tarrega and company just doing enough to make sure that Bellingham couldn't get a clean strike on the ball. Images now from the second half. Mbappe with this shot, well saved by Mamardashvili. Max Aarons rolls to safety. Max Aarons playing his first, getting his first start for Valencia. Ball played into Vinicius. He gets away from Mosquera. Mamardashvili concedes another corner. There were a string of these in the second half, and from one of them, Real Madrid would get back on level terms. It's Bellingham flicking on Modric's kick, and it was Vinicius arriving at the back post to score. Real Madrid back on terms. With a sizable chunk of the second half still left, and they were favourites from here on in to go on and get all 3 points. But Valencia held firm. Bellingham with this shot, saved by Mamardashvili. Flag up anyway. Opportunity from a set piece for Valencia. Fran Garcia with a slightly fumbled block, at least sending the ball out for a corner. The 19-year-old making his first start. Lunin was on the bench, nursing a calf problem. Courtois resting his right knee. So the third choice goalkeeper starting this game. Fran Garcia with this cross. Mbappe just past the far post. Vinicius rolling this one back to Modric. Lovely pass through for Mbappe. His first attempt at a cross was blocked. His second found Valverde. Mamardashvili was there to make the save again, and Jesus Vázquez got in front of Lucas Vázquez at the far post. Camavinga. Alaba puts that one over the top for Bellingham. Bellingham with the cross to the back post. Endrick rises, he's on as a sub at this point, and claims that Diakabi blocked it with his arm. But it was checked by the video-assisted referee, Jorge Figueroa Vázquez, and Guillermo Cuadra Fernandez not pointing to the spot this time, and rightly so, clearly coming off the chest of the defender. Madrid still marauding forward. Bellingham playing the ball out to Alaba, another second half substitute, an inviting cross which somehow Mbappe couldn't get on the end of it. Claims that he'd been held here or even pushed by Diakabi, but wasn't looked at. Endrick gets to the byline, but then so insistent on using his left foot. The pass is not the one that Bellingham, Rudiger, Rodrigo in the middle would have wanted. Does well to get back to his feet, but then it needs to be pulled back with his right foot, unless he's going for goal there at the near post, and Mamardashvili sees the danger and smothers it. And it was late on when Valencia started to ask a few questions of Real Madrid's defence, and they didn't have the answers. Hugo Duro on as a substitute. Rafa Mir's cross, he'd run onto Diego Lopez's pass, and that is a smash and grab for the ages. Not since 2008 had Valencia beaten Real Madrid, and they'd done it in the most dramatic style. We're used to seeing epic endings to games at the Bernabeu, but it's usually Real Madrid who are left smiling. This time, courtesy of this Hugo Duro goal, it was the visiting team doing the celebrating. And there was barely time for the restart. Real Madrid did manage to muster one late opportunity. This ball over the top from Fede Valverde finds Rudiger in space, but Mamardashvili, head and shoulders above everyone else in terms of man of the match, makes the save. And that was Real Madrid's last opportunity to salvage even a point from a game that we all expected them to win. Brilliant from the Georgian goalkeeper. You can see the celebrations. Final score in the Santiago Bernabeu. It finished Real Madrid 1, Valencia 2.